Triceratops, the horned titan, silent but unstoppable. The ground shakes before its charge. Triceratops, with its iconic 3 horns and massive frilled skull, could reach over 9 meters in length and weigh up to 12 tons. Its robust limbs and powerful muscles supported a barrel-shaped body built for both stability and strength. The frill not only provided defense against predators, but also acted as a display for dominance and mating. Its beak-like mouth and rows of shearing teeth allowed it to slice through tough vegetation effortlessly. This herbivore relied on herds for protection. It didn't hunt, but defended. When threatened by predators such as Tyrannosaurus rex, it would lower its head, angle its horns, and charge with explosive power. A single strike could pierce the throat or limbs of an attacking predator. Escape depended on herd coordination, size, and terrain. Narrow forests or open plains influenced its defensive tactics. Triceratops thrived in late Cretaceous North America, inhabiting floodplains and forests. Males were slightly larger and used horns for combat and mating displays, while females focused on protection, particularly of young. Its rare ability was the combination of herd intelligence and brute force, making it one of the most formidable herbivores. Survival against it demanded strategy. Never underestimate the horns of a Triceratops. Stegosaurus, the spiked sentinel. A slow-moving colossus, yet every swing could be fatal. Stegosaurus grew up to 9 meters long, with a small head, towering back plates, and a tail tipped with fearsome spikes, known as the thagomizer. Its spine was highly flexible, allowing lateral swings of the tail, while its rear legs were longer and more muscular than the front, enabling powerful strikes. Despite a tiny brain, it compensated with instinctive defense mechanisms honed over millions of years. Stegosaurus did not hunt, but used ambush deterrence. Predators approaching from behind risked the tail spikes, delivered with a sweeping motion aimed at legs or torso. It moved slowly through forested floodplains, relying on height and vegetation for camouflage. Adult tail guards often protected herds and juveniles. Found in the late Jurassic of North America, males were slightly larger and may have used plates for display or temperature regulation, while females were more conservative in movement. Its rare trait was defensive precision. Even a single tail strike could cripple a predator. Compared to other herbivores, Stegosaurus relied more on mechanical defense than speed or size, creating suspense for any attacker who underestimated its reach. Brachiosaurus, the towering grazer. A living skyscraper. Prey wouldn't even see it move until it decides. Brachiosaurus, one of the tallest sauropods, stood up to 13 meters at the shoulder, with a long neck reaching over 20 meters. Its forelimbs were longer than its hind limbs, giving it an elevated grazing advantage. With nostrils high on the skull, it could detect predators from afar. Its tail was massive but primarily used for balance. Some evidence suggests it could deliver forceful blows if threatened. This herbivore grazed the treetops, feeding on conifers and cycads. It didn't hunt, but its immense size alone deterred carnivorous threats. Predators, such as Allosaurus, would often avoid adults, focusing on juveniles. Defense relied on sheer mass and herd movement. Groups could create barriers to protect vulnerable members. Brachiosaurus roamed the late Jurassic landscapes of North America and Africa, thriving in open floodplains and river valleys. Males may have been slightly taller, using height displays for dominance, while females coordinated herd safety. Its rare trait was the combination of height and mass. No predator could approach unnoticed, creating suspense in every encounter. Compared to horned or armored herbivores, Brachiosaurus relied on intimidation and reach rather than direct combat. Ankylosaurus, the living tank. Armored perfection. One swing of its tail could end a predator's pursuit. Ankylosaurus, heavily built with fused bones and a dome-like skull, measured up to 10 meters long and weighed around 6 tons. Its back was a fortress of osteoderms, and its clubbed tail delivered devastating kinetic strikes. The beak allowed it to clip vegetation, while rows of teeth in the rear processed fibrous plants efficiently. Ankylosaurus didn't hunt. It ambushed survival itself. Predators approaching from any angle risked the swinging tail club, capable of breaking bones with precise impact. It moved slowly, but its armor made it nearly invulnerable to bite attacks. Its low profile allowed it to graze in forests and plains without drawing undue attention. Found in late Cretaceous North America, males and females were similar in size and armor, but males may have used tail strikes in dominance displays. Its rare ability was combining near-impenetrable defense with lethal precision. Survival depended on patience, awareness, and the shock value of its tail. Even the fastest predators hesitated before striking. Compared to other herbivores, Ankylosaurus prioritized impenetrable defense and counterattack, keeping suspense high for any would-be predator. Pteranodon, the sky phantom silent above the clouds. Its shadow marks the last sight its prey will ever see. Pteranodon, with a wingspan reaching over 7 meters, was a master of the skies during the late Cretaceous. Its elongated skull and sharp beak allowed it to snatch fish mid-flight with incredible precision. Lightweight yet muscular, its hollow bones supported rapid maneuvers, while its long tail helped stabilize glides over oceans and coastal cliffs. Unlike ground predators, Pteranodon didn't chase for hours. It relied on stealth and sudden strikes, diving from great heights with its prey unaware until the beak clamped shut. Large schools of fish were its primary target, and juveniles or slower swimmers were quickly seized. Escape depended on being underwater or hidden in vegetation. In the open sky, no fish or small animal had warning. It inhabited coastlines, river deltas, and shallow seas of North America. Males were larger and may have used head crests for display or dominance, while females focused on nesting and protecting eggs. Its rare ability was ambush from above. Combined with unmatched aerial precision, it hunted silently, with no warning other than a fleeting shadow. Compared to land-based herbivores or carnivores, Pteranodon dominated a three-dimensional battlefield, making its attacks breathtaking and suspenseful. Quetzalcoatlus, the sky titan, the giant of the skies. One flap of its wings could crush trees and silence the land below. Quetzalcoatlus was one of the largest flying creatures ever, with wings exceeding 10 meters. Its elongated neck, toothless beak, and lightweight skeletal structure allowed it to traverse enormous distances with minimal effort. Despite its massive size, it could launch into flight using powerful leg thrusts and wing beats. Hunting was opportunistic. It didn't pursue fast prey, but used towering height to survey floodplains and forests for small animals, carrion, or hatchlings. The strike was sudden. Beak angled downward, jaws closing in an instant. Prey rarely saw it coming, and escape was nearly impossible without cover. It inhabited late Cretaceous North American plains, using rivers and open skies as highways. Males may have been larger and used aerial displays for dominance, while females focused on nest protection. Its rare trait was combining unimaginable size with aerial stealth, making every descent a suspenseful moment for anything on the ground. Compared to Pteranodon, Quetzalcoatlus traded speed for sheer intimidation and reach. Ichthyosaurus, the ocean phantom, a shadow beneath the waves. Predators and prey alike vanish before it strikes. Ichthyosaurus, a dolphin-shaped marine reptile, could grow up to 4 meters long. Its streamlined body and tail fin allowed bursts of speed that could rival any fish or cephalopod. Eyes adapted to low-light vision enabled it to hunt at depths where sunlight barely penetrated. Its jaws were lined with conical teeth, perfect for gripping slippery prey like squid or small fish. This hunter didn't chase for long distances but relied on ambush and speed. It approached quietly, closing the distance in seconds, then snapped jaws shut with precision. Prey rarely survived once it was targeted. Escape required burrows, thick vegetation, or extraordinary agility. In open waters, Ichthyosaurus dominated. Living in late Jurassic oceans of Europe, it often traveled alone or in small pods. Males and females were similar in size, but juveniles were more vulnerable and relied on parents for protection. Its rare trait was combining speed, low-light vision, and agility. It could hunt at dawn, dusk, or even in darkness, creating suspense for every prey encounter. Compared to land or air predators, Ichthyosaurus ruled the marine ambush game with perfection. Mastodon, the ancient behemoth, a titan of the forests. One charge could uproot the earth and crush any threat in its path. Mastodons were massive herbivores of the late Miocene to Pleistocene, standing over 3 meters tall at the shoulder and weighing up to 6 tons. Curved tusks could be used for defense, foraging, and dominance displays. Thick fur protected against cold climates, while muscular legs and a strong trunk allowed them to move silently despite immense size. Though herbivores, mastodons could deliver fatal strikes with tusks or charge at predators. Attack methods were defensive but devastating. A swipe of the tusk or a sudden rush could injure large carnivores. They moved in herds, and juveniles were protected by adults circling them, creating a formidable living fortress. They inhabited forests, wetlands, and river valleys across North America and Eurasia. Males often competed for dominance with tusk displays, while females led herd movement and protection of calves. Their rare trait was endurance combined with defensive aggression. Nothing underestimated them for long. Compared to smaller herbivores, mastodons relied on brute force, herd intelligence, and strategic intimidation to survive every encounter. If these ancient creatures changed how you imagine the past, comment below which one fascinated you most. Like this video to support the series, and subscribe, because the next prehistoric giants won't just roam the earth, they will dominate your imagination.